those fish. Oh, we'll just keep his mouth shut. She won't run away. It's a little one. I don't know what these are, but they're really pretty. They're all over the forest. Owen and I are out taking a walk through the woods. That pile of snow right there, it's about 5 feet deep. But everything's melting quick. That's the meadow down there. I have 4 campers right now. I've had 10 so far, counting the 4. The mosquitoes are out in force. I cannot even stand being outside. Look at that. Owen is just loving these snowbanks. Aren't you? Are you, buddy? He eats mosquitoes too. All right, I gotta go. I can't stand this. They just buzz around your face. Hey guys. Whoops, sorry. Owen just barked as soon as I hit record. Hold on. Go to your room. Have I got something to tell you? They're 2 sad stories. Very sad. I had met the new camp host, campground across the way, and I met her once. Very sweet young lady. Well, a woman. She had just lost a cat before she got up here. And then I met her once. She came over here to use the internet. She lost her wallet, and the poor thing just keeps getting hit with stuff. Oh, she blew her engine in her truck. She just gets to Colorado a month ago. She does have an uncle here. And my boss stopped by Monday and asked me if I had any plans to go to town. And I said no, because I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. So I was going to save my gas, because I have that fuel issue. I don't know how much gas I have. So he said, well, so-and-so is, she thinks her cat's dying. Could you take her down to the vet? And I said, well, of course. He says, okay, thank you. So I go over there, and I get her, and her cat looked bad. He was old. I think he was 15. Just very skinny, and yeah, he didn't look well. So I took her down to her vet, and the cat was very anemic, and I had checked that when I got to her campsite, and yeah, the cat didn't look well. So she had blood tests done, and he came back with not feline leukemia, but the other immune disease. I forget what it's called. And, well, she ended up putting him down. Here's the second time I'm ever with this woman, and I'm in the room with her as her cat is being put to sleep. Sorry, I just plugged my air conditioner in today, and this is the second time Gideon has jumped on. It has a thick blanket type thing. It's almost like a rug. I bought it Five Below. It's folded 8 times, and he can still push enough on it because the buttons are on top and turn the thing on. I have to figure something out now. So anyway, Owen's hitting the tripod. So I was lucky, I comforted her, and she was okay. She cried, and I did take pictures of her cat. I asked her just before they gave him a shot to make him sleepy. And so I got 3 really nice pictures I took. One of her holding him with her head down on him. One of him, I'll put it in here, holding his paws. And another one, she's holding him. Yeah, I think so. Or he's on the table and she has her hand on him as she's on, right after he had gotten the second shot. Yeah, so that was heartbreaking. And then Sean came over today and told me that over at her campground, there was a man that was having seizures. Excuse me. Gideon's tail just touched Elliot. God forbid. There was an older man that was having seizures in his trailer. So another camper who apparently used to be a nurse had some sort of medical training. And so she, intervened. And, well, this morning, he was found dead in the road. And he had a prosthetic, which was half off. So that must have been a sight. So apparently, in my opinion, I assume that the man with the prosthetic probably had the diabetes. And, in my opinion, we're all the way up here. We're a half hour from town, any nearest town with medical assistance. I would have made sure he at least had the ambulance come up last night and checked him out, if not been sent to the hospital. So maybe in the middle of the night or early this morning, he was maybe on his way over to the camp host site because he didn't feel good, or maybe he was just disoriented and had another seizure and was just out walking and just expired. So the boss wanted to put caution tape around the area, but the camp host had already covered him with a blanket, thank goodness. So he said that was okay. And they called, the ambulance came up, sheriffs came up, and the detectives came up. Everything was protocol. So now they have to get contact with his family because he was camping alone in his trailer, and get his trailer and truck taken care of. And this poor woman, she gets out here from another state. She loses one cat right after she gets here. Was hit by a car. I think one was ill and was put down, and then another one got hit by a car. I don't know where that one is because she had 3 cats. Oh, maybe that's the one that she still has. And then the third one has to be put down because it was sick and old, and then she has a dead body in her campground. My heart goes out to this woman. And she hasn't even been here a week, and she blew an engine in her truck, and she has 2 trucks, and something else is wrong with the other truck, and they're not even done yet. And she lost her wallet right after she got here. She was riding her bike over to the visitor center to use the internet, and then she was walking because the bike was too hard going up the hill, and then she loses all of her identification, all of her cards. I just feel so bad for her. That's the sad news. And hold on one second. Oh, and I went to my doctor's appointment yesterday. I have a skin tag in my armpit, and I have another small one right here. I mean, they're really, really tiny. But this one it's like a grayish, it looks like a tiny tick in my armpit. I've had it for years, and I just always forget about it. It doesn't bother me, but my granddaughter had a couple removed, so that got in my mind, let me make an appointment and get these taken care of. And then recently, I found this tiny little bump right above my ear, and it's like a little gushy thing, like really, really, really tiny, but I know it's there. And I'm like, okay, I'll have that looked at too. So I go to my plastic surgeon, and he looks at them, and he says, this is a cyst. I'm like, oh, great. First thing pops in my mind, is Dr. Pimple Popper, right? Giant cyst hanging over my ear. My head's like this, can't hear anymore. Yeah, and he says, oh, and just this week, I got an email that your insurance is no longer covering things like this. They don't cover skin tags unless they're bothering you, and they don't cover cysts unless they're bothering you. Are they bothering you? I'm like, well, no, they're not. They're not in the way of anything. Well, I wasn't thinking, and on my way home, I hadn't worn my sunglasses in forever. So I put my sunglasses on because it was really sunny and bright out. I mean, it was like already in the 90s in Junction. And right where the arm of my glasses go it runs right across that tiny little cyst. So when I wear my sunglasses and I wear these, it's on that. Oh, and then and he's like, oh well, you'll have to pay out of pocket if you want them removed. And when we do this, this is the one he was more concerned about. We'll just take the skin tags off too. So he sends in his medical billing lady, and she says, yeah, well, your insurance doesn't cover it, so it'll be $948. So do you want to make an appointment for surgery? I'm like, what? 900 and something dollars? I said, well, I just started work on Thursday. So I called them when I got back here, and I said, since my glasses, when I wear them, hits that cyst, is that enough to cover it for Medicaid? Because I have Medicaid, to cover the procedure. So I haven't heard back from. I did get a number from Colorado this morning, and I didn't answer it. And then right after, like, oh crap, that might have been them. And apparently my voicemail's full too. So I'm gonna call them back, and I'm gonna call my primary care doctor. She might do this in house. You know what I mean. So we'll see. I don't want, because all I can think of is, like, if this doesn't get taken care of, I mean, it's a tiny little dot. Is it going to keep getting bigger? Is it just going to grow? And I'm going to be like the patients on Dr. Pimple Popper, when they finally get there 20 years later and the thing is like laying on my shoulder and I have to have a little harness to hold it up. It just, when he said cyst, it just grossed me out. I can't see it because it's on the side of my head, and I even tried in the mirror to look at it, but it's just this itty bitty thing, but it's gushy and I can feel it, and it does hurt if I touch it, like, and mess with it. I'm glad I didn't try popping it though. But so that was my day yesterday. Campground reservations opened up, so I'm getting this weekend I should be pretty well full. I think my daughter's coming up. My daughter Dale. She's coming up with her two boys and her oldest one's girlfriend. So I'm putting them right over here next to me. But she's only going to come up for Saturday night. So we should have a good time. So that's it. That was the sad news. Very sad. I just feel for this camp host. I do. So say a prayer for her that everything else goes well for the rest of the summer for this poor woman. And that's it. So thank you guys again for following along with my life, unexciting as it can be at times. I will talk to you guys later. See if this works. Why does it not?